Number 15, a 5'10" sophomore, Carter Hepner. Number 24, a 6'3" senior, Carter Mason. Number 30, a 5'10" sophomore, Caleb Hepner. And their coach is Cliff McCullough. And for Labette County, it's going to be, you know them, Xavier Phillips, Trey Vinson, Griff Eaton, Matthew Boyle, and Hudson Baker. As Isabel, I'm done rambling. I'll go ahead and bring you in. It's late. This game's going to get underway probably around 9:05. It was supposed to be at 8:15. Independence won. They went into overtime, so we'll play them should we win, and we'll play Rock Creek if we lose. But what have you seen throughout the day? Our Lady Grizzlies took a loss, but we're looking for a good finish to the night.
Yeah, it's definitely been good basketball games tonight. Been fun to watch. You know, unfortunate because when you get the late draw, you got to play after everybody else. So, yep, there was a overtime game for Independence. And so it was just kind of one of those things where then the game after that went over, and so here we are getting ready to now to tip right at 9 o'clock. So definitely going to be an exciting time, and we're looking forward to our game here tonight.
Both teams in one final huddle with their head coaches. We'll step aside for tonight's scene setter of Grizzly basketball and come back with tip-off here on KLKC Parsons. Broadcasting live. Meister for three in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons. Wilson launches another three, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Mason of the Cyclones wearing red is toe-to-toe with your 6'6", Hudson Baker wearing white. Pumpkins tossed high in the air, and Baker wins it in the hands of Trey Vincent, and we are underway right at the top of the 9 o'clock hour from Burlington Middle School. Still a decent crowd hanging around here to watch these two duke it out, Grizzlies and Cyclones. First possession of the game. Phillips with the basketball in the far corner. He averages 9 a game, right there in second place on the team with Joe Page at 9 as well. Baker, the leading scorer, at 15 a game. Here's a near turnover. Phillips is going to track down a straight pass near half court. Eaton with it in the corner, dumped to Baker. He has a big size advantage and scores. That's a big-time advantage for Hudson Baker.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be fun to watch kind of as the night goes on, is how Ottawa responds to Baker's size, because he is definitely head and shoulders above anybody on this team here tonight.
Van Staden with the ball, the point guard for the Cyclones. Near the top of the key, he'll hit McCullough. Off of a screen, a little give and go. Hepner underneath. He's a shifty point guard, smaller in size, but shifty he is. Misses a layup, rebound Cyclones. Still working it around the line. This Cyclone team was down 22 at halftime at Chanute earlier in December, early in the season. They ended up losing that game by 3. So they're a tough squad, used to being in a deficit and having to claw their way back in it. Long possession for the Cyclones. One offensive rebound off of it so far. Van Staden works it around. Inside they go, and they score. Patience pays off. Underneath is Mason with the deuce.
Yeah, as they just kind of broke down the Grizzly defense there. It was a nice kind of footwork, continued to pass until they had a nice open look, so that was a good layup there by Staden.
Carter and Caleb Hepner, both brothers, starting for the Cyclones. Both stand at 5'10". Carter 1 year older at a junior. Phillips for 3 in the corner, misses left iron, rebound Cyclones, 6:10 to go. 6:10 to go first quarter, 2-2. We're knotted up.
Not a bad shot by Phillips, as he was wide open in the corner, just in and out.
Three-pointer missed on the near side from Hepner. It's Carter. Up ahead goes Labette County. Baker underneath, gets the bucket plus the foul. And Hudson Baker will go to the stripe to try to convert the three-point play. As Isabel on the road trip up here, which feels like yesterday, we talked about how Hudson should honestly score 20-plus tonight, and he's on his way to 5 points in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see his aggression playing out here, as that is something we did talk about.
Jim is quiet. Baker breaks the silence with the swish. 5-2, Labette County on top. All 5. Credit Hudson Baker with 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Van Staden with the ball. Coach McCullough of the Cyclones egging his team to get moving, as they seem to be moving just fine from my vantage point. Here's Carter Hepner, hits a flashing Mason. Right back to Hepner, squares it up from deep for the tie. He got it.
As yeah, now we're all tied up at 5 with that 3, so nice shot there by Hepner.
Eaton with the little touch floater that finds the bottom of the net. That's good offense from Labette County, punching holes in the Ottawa defense.
Yeah, and they just got to continue to do that. Has just run their kind of man defense now, it looks like.
Underneath they go to McCullough. He'll kick it back out. It's blocked by Phillips. He's out in front. McCullough on his hip. Right hand layup is good for Xavier Phillips. Nice little defense into offense for Labette County.
Yeah, that's kind of the aggression I think Argerbright's definitely looking for, as Phillips took that to the rack, no problem.
As there's a travel on Ottawa. The Cyclones offense on turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Labette County converted. Credit Xavier Phillips on the last one. We'll see if they can convert on their second opportunity off of a Cyclone turnover. Trey Vinson with the ball. Across from him, his other point guard, Griff Eaton. Those two have been fantastic this season. Good facilitators for Labette. They go to Boyle underneath. Gets caught in the air. Throws it to Vinson in the corner, who travels. Got a little bit ahead of himself. Trey does that every once in a while, not too often.
Yeah, he's definitely quick, and just sometimes his feet get ahead of him a little bit, and that's exactly what happened there. But when he doesn't travel and gets going, he is definitely a threat to any defense.
4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, 9-5 Labette County. Both teams, or particularly Ottawa, been very patient on offense. A three-pointer's good from Caleb Hepner. So both Caleb and Carter Hepner each have a three-pointer, and that Labette County lead is just one now.
As they're definitely doing a good job staying with the Grizzlies right now.
As in that game against Chanute, when they came back down 22 at half and lost by 3, they weren't flashy about it. They were just disciplined and slowly chipped away. That is Ottawa I'm talking about. We have a foul underneath away from the ball. I think that they fouled Hudson Baker. The foul is on Ottawa, and that's going to be on Van Staden. That's his second, as they have that on the scoreboard, his second. The team's second regardless. Van Staden has a seat. Set play for Phillips, a left wing threes, well off the mark, too strong. Rebound Caleb Hepner, and here comes the 5'10 sophomore. Flips it to his brother Carter. Now far wing they go near the Labette County bench. Van Staden. He'll look to drive baseline. Fling it around. Tough pass in the hands of Caleb Hepner. He'll have it rejected out of bounds off of Labette County. LC bench and Grizzly Nation here in Burlington can't believe it. Nonetheless, it stays with the men in red. 3:34 to go. Labette County up 1, and Phillips, ooh, that looked like a foul as Hepner was hacked by Phillips at the top on his layup attempt. No foul called. Here comes Labette County. Joe Page is in the game for Matthew Boyle, and a foul is called on Van Staden as he was pressuring Page.
Yeah, as I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Xavier's block or whatever looks more like a foul to me, but it's been interesting because the refs have called some interesting. Sometimes they'll let them play, and sometimes they'll call touch fouls. So I don't know really what style they're reffing with tonight.
Because this is the same crew that refereed the game before this, and there were a lot of fouls in that game. It was Ottawa and Sabetha, the girls' contest. Ottawa came out on top, but a lot of fouls and a long game resulted in a late finish for your Grizzlies, but here we go. Griff Eaton with the jump stop, and another foul's called on the floor on Ottawa. Labette County yet to commit a crime. Ottawa with 4 of them so far, and they're going to get number 30, Caleb Hepner, with his first. Joe Page gets it right wing off the inbound as we near the 3-minute mark. Back to Griff Eaton, given space but pulls it down. Pass tipped, stolen away, taken away. Caleb Hepner up ahead, gets through Page and scores, and Ottawa has a 10-9 lead over Labette County.
That was just poor offense there by Labette County as they're just kind of getting careless with the passing. They're going to have to kind of tighten that down here.
Griff Eaton right wing, Joe Page in the corner, deep right side. Labette working the floor left to right, Ottawa the other direction. Both coaches using all their sideline that they possibly can, legally can. Very animated characters coaching both these squads. Phillips throws it inside to Baker, or tries to, and it's deflected out of bounds by a new Cyclone. Owen Blaine, a 6'1 junior's checked in for, he got Carter Hepner. Phillips, the inbounder, finds Baker underneath. I think he traveled. He did. As one official underneath, I think, was getting ready to call a foul, but the official over here by the Ottawa bench came in, out-whistled the baseline judge, and called the travel, which it was.
Yeah, so just unfortunate there. Baker just kind of needing to get his feet about him, maybe take one power dribble. I know it's hard down there in the congestion, but just an unfortunate turnover there for Labette.
Van Staden running point again, gives it off to Caleb Hepner, and it's stolen away by Joe Page. Loose ball on the deck, and Page picks it up. Here comes Vinson, behind the back between the legs. He'll settle in the corner. A stray drive from Griff Eaton results in the ball being topped around, batted around amongst the trees inside, and Baker can't corral it. Here comes the Cyclones the other way. And a foul on Trey Vinson. They get a block on him. That's the first foul of the game on Labette County. Austin Curtis and Carter Hepner both check back in. Those two get Caleb Hepner and Jonathan Van Staden. Hepner will throw the ball in, given room by Vinson, but Vinson still steals it. Up ahead goes Trey, gives the Ottawa defender time to get there, and he blocks it against the edge of the backboard, and a foul on Hudson Baker going the other way. As Coach Argerbright is urging Vinson to just keep going as he slowed down maybe to get the angle that he wanted, and it was a huge mistake as it let that Cyclone defender get closer than he should have, and Trey's kind of paying for that mistake there.
Yeah, that was just definitely something. I didn't know why he was slowing down. I think he had more room and time than he did, but the Cyclones just sped up, causing there to be that kind of confusion. So, yeah, just unfortunate there by number 4.
Caden Turner in the game, 5'10" sophomore for Ottawa. They try to go inside with it, looking for the paint, but there's no one there. They'll just settle for a pass to the elbow. Now they kick it back out. Posting up underneath is Mason. A three-pointer from the left corner is no good. The shot was put up by Curtis, and here comes Kagan Bates, who sneakily checked into the game for Griff Eaton. Here's Bates, little floater underneath, hit the iron, falls out, and here comes Ottawa. Both teams scoreless for a while, but Labette County scoreless for even longer. Three-pointer, head fake. Now a long two is good from Hepner. Those Hepner brothers can shoot. This is Carter on the shot. Both of them have 5 points for 10 of Ottawa's 12 points.
Yeah, and Labette County needs to respond here, get something going, because you don't want to go scoreless for too much longer the way Ottawa's playing right now.
40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Labette throws it away. They were looking for Baker inside, went in between his hands, and Ottawa said thank you very much. And here they come the other way with 30 ticks left in the opening quarter. Dribbling back and forth is Hepner. Settling beyond the arc right side, defended by Vinson. Skip pass other wing. It goes to Blaine. Blaine holds the ball above his head, rotates it. Far side it goes near Labette County bench. Right elbow, drive, travel on Mason. They're going to say he got ahead of his feet.
As now Labette County will have the ball with 15 seconds left, so plenty of time to get a nice look. We just don't want any turnovers here.
Vinson running point. As you mentioned, plenty of time. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Bates has it on the left side. Freshman, good skip pass to Page. He should have shot it. He'll hesitate and put up the second effort and miss short, as Page should have shot the first shot that he had after the pass from Bates. That was a fantastic pass from the left wing to the right corner from the freshman to Page, who's a good shooter from the corner. But he second thought, and it might have cost him 3 points. But at the end of the first quarter, Labette County 9. Back half wasn't pretty, but for Ottawa, they made up ground. They lead 12-9 over your Grizzlies. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Van Staden with it out of the timeout. First possession. Haven't missed any action. We came back right when he caught the ball off the inbound, and Kagan Bates is going to create a jump ball as driving to the rim was Caleb Hepner, and little Kagan stepped right in and just grabbed it, and the ref gave him the benefit of the doubt and called it jump ball. Here comes LC the other way, down by 3, 7:40 first half. Page in the corner, given space, three-pointer's good. Coach McCullough is mad at his defense as he knows,
yeah.
I'm sure he's done his homework. Page is a good shooter from the corner.
Yeah, and the corners are his comfort spot, so it's no surprise to kind of him to sneak over there and be wide open as he was there.
The new Cyclone in the game. Alden Michael in the game. Here's the steal. It was tipped by Vincent, picked up by Phillips. Right back to Vincent, full court, and they're going to call a charge.
Not surprised by that in the slightest, as the Ottawa player was fairly set, so yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, as that's another turnover for Labette County. And that'll also be Trey's second personal foul, so he's going to sit out and get replaced by Griffin Eaton.
12-12, nearly a minute in to the second quarter. Cyclone basketball, Van Staden. Ottawa working this left side of the floor a little bit more than that right side, as here's a block by Hudson underneath. That's a big-time block. He came from right about underneath the basket, a little bit extended above, and blocked it right as Van Staden was trying to put up a right-hand shot at the right block. The 6'6" Baker was a little bit too much for that shot, but Cyclones still have the basketball from underneath the rim. Van Staden will back it off, defended by Bates. That's a pretty good matchup, senior on freshman, but Bates is a good defender. Here's Michael with it. He's a 6'2" senior, a really seasoned and upperclassman heavy Cyclone squad. Here's a lazy pass inside from Michael, and they're going to get Kagan Bates on a foul. As there was a loose ball, no one had possession. Bates was just kind of trying to go for it, and they're going to call that on Kagan. That is his first and the team's fourth. Each team has 4 fouls. Inbounds goes to Michael in the corner. Van Staden with it, defended by Bates. He'll choose to go to the left side of the floor. Leaving the floor is Hepner, has to come down to get it, or leave the ground to get it, rather. Caleb with it in the corner. He'll drive baseline, has it stripped. It stays with Ottawa. But goodness, a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppages of play, like we've seen pretty much all day long.
Yeah, it has definitely been that kind of day for sure, so not hurrying through the game by any means.
Good set play from Ottawa, and here's 2 points underneath from Carter Hepner. Carter has 7 points. His brother Caleb has 5, and those are the first Ottawa points in some time. They lead 14-12 now. Dump underneath the Baker, who was calling for it, has it poked away, and then a foul on Ottawa. I don't really see how that's a foul. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
These refs are calling literally everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you just got to let players play because it really breaks up the rhythm of a ball game, and that's really what, it happened all day, but especially happening right now.
I mean everything.
Yeah, and it's both ways, too. It's not one-sided by any means.
Just, contact, there will be a whistle within 0.5 seconds. I'll bet you anything on that. Here's Eaton right side. Inside they go to Baker. Takes one dribble, turns, shoots, and scores. That's where they need to just go to that.
Yeah. Ottawa's going to try to guard it, but again, Baker's so much taller and has that kind of edge. They need to utilize that.
Hudson's at 7. Here's a good shifty move, resulting in a missed jumper from Owen Blaine. And Page is going to let it go out of bounds. A sub comes in for the Cyclones. It'll be Carter Mason. He's going to get Michael. Griff Eaton back in the game, running point. Vincent and Boyle on the bench. Griff walks it up, crossing half court. Looks like a 3-2 zone for Ottawa. It is. They're going to take their chances with Baker underneath, who tries to catch an entry pass, has it stripped of his hands. It stays with Labette, they say. Another Cyclone checking in. Curtis is going to check in for Blaine. Not much time there for Blaine to get going. Curtis quickly comes back in. Phillips finds Baker underneath. He's hacked. Now that is a foul. Baker misses the attempt, but he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yes, that was a nice inbounds play there, drawn up by Argerbright as they thought it was going to be an elevator screen to Page, but in the actual reality, it went down to Baker. So good play there by Coach Argerbright.
5:27 in the half. Baker at the line, gets the first to go, has one more coming up. 15-14, Labette County. As Isabel all day long, I mean, Our Lady Grizzlies lost by 14. These games have been close that we've sat here and watched.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely, it's been fun to watch all these games here today.
The second is good as Our Lady Grizzlies just couldn't find any traction. They lost by 14, but the game after that, the Independence boys went into overtime and won. As we have a Coach Argerbright timeout, 30 seconds, we'll just keep it here. And then the game after that, the Sabetha girls and the Ottawa girls went in. It was close all game long, and then Ottawa pulled away at the end. But we'd like to thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast of Labette County basketball possible. Invite you to stay tuned for our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show coming up, obviously at the halftime break, but other sponsors include.
Other sponsors for tonight's game include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, the Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Take Connection, Wood Insurance Center, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Day and Zimmerman, and SCK Orthopedic.
It will be Ottawa basketball. Pardon me. Let me turn my mic up. That might help. It's Ottawa basketball out of the timeout. We had a turnover on Ottawa. I believe it was a travel. Was it a travel? Not sure. I think it was. I was getting my box score added up. Labette County was outscored by Ottawa 9-12 in that first quarter. And Labette County's got them 7-2 in this quarter. They lead by 2, 16-14. Labette County's with the ball out of an Ottawa turnover. Here's Baker at the line. Eaton with it, now Bates. The Energy Bunny freshman gives it to Eaton. A little floater is no good, too short. And here comes Ottawa the other way.
It's not a bad rotation there by Labette County. Just didn't get that basket to go, but better and being patient and looking for open lanes.
Ottawa has been very patient on just about every possession they have had. Taking a lot of time off. Van Staden puts up a floater, misses. He hits the deck. I think he might be hurt. He's trying to assess himself. Meanwhile, play is going on this end of the floor. And a foul going the other way. That's a charge on Hudson, his second. But there is an injured Cyclone on this end of the floor. As I thought maybe he was hurt. As it is Van Staden. He was down for a while.
Yeah.
And he certainly is hurting with one of his ankles.
As that's just unfortunate. Anytime you see a player get injured like that, you never hope anything bad's happened. So hopefully we wish the best for Van Staden, and hopefully it's just a minor injury.
Caden Turner comes in for Van Staden, who we hope's okay. As here comes Turner trying to turn the corner, and he's fouled. Goodness. That is touchy. I mean, he was playing defense.
Yeah. I mean, the score total for both teams is 6-6, but that's still fairly
foul
high.
Total.
Yes, foul total.
But yeah, I mean that feels kind of low for how the afternoon's gone. As this is this referee crew's second game. They did the last one. 4 minutes to go in the first half. 16-14. Here's a little turnaround from 10, and it's good. That's the first Ottawa field goal in a little bit, as they've certainly been pretty sparse on when they score. But it is tied. They've done enough. It's Curtis on that attempt. His first bucket of the game. We're tied at 16, 3:50 to go in the half. Here's a pass from Eaton, tipped and stolen away. Turner up ahead, came in for the injured Van Staden and done a nice job. He'll find the point guard, Caleb Hepner, and he'll slow things way down as we're used to seeing from this Cyclone squad. Right corner, they go with it. Here's Curtis working on Page. Has it stripped by Phillips, stolen by Eaton. Good hands from Xavier. Long pass up ahead. Phillips, I think, got tripped up by Hepner. I don't think it was a foul. It wasn't intentional in any way, but Hepner's feet got tangled up with Phillips' feet. Phillips hit the deck. Hepner lost his footing. Ball went out of bounds. It stays with Labette County. Joe Page checks out. Matthew Boyle started tonight, usually does. Checks back in.
Yeah, it's just kind of going back and forth right now. So just both teams kind of trying to get a rhythm here.
I believe Labette County opened with Silver Lake last year. It was a late game, 8 o'clock tip in this middle school gym, and it was a game similar to this, real close towards the end and about all game. Eaton for 3 on the right side, and he's got it. Griffin Eaton gets one to go near the right corner. Meanwhile, Kagan Bates is giving Carter Hepner all he can handle, but Eaton finds the bottom of the net from deep, 19-16 Labette County. Looking for the tie is Hepner. It's Caleb. He misses barely.
Yeah, just in and out there for Hepner.
Here's Kagan Bates, dump inside to Baker. Baker on the right block nearly steps out with that right foot, but he'll rotate it. They throw it back into Baker. He turns and finds Eaton. He'll take a couple dribbles, and a foul is on Ottawa.
Man.
That's not a foul.
Yeah, I don't think, it's just touchy. They're not letting them play defense or anything right now.
Griff did like kind of one of his funky little Euro steps.
Yeah.
So these refs are real sensitive to contact. So maybe, because it looked kind of awkward from Griff as he was jumping. So maybe they thought he was just pushed and favored in that little awkward move that he made. But I don't think he was, as he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And here comes Ottawa, down 3 with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Van Staden, their starting point guard, still on the bench, injured an ankle earlier. As here's a three-pointer, it's good from Austin Curtis. Or pardon me, that's Caden Turner. He's done a nice job off the bench. Turner, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he has done well tonight. And like I said, the Cyclones are matching the Grizzlies shot for shot right now.
Eaton has a 3 blocked in the corner, and it's rebounded by Caleb Hepner. And here comes Ottawa, knotted up at 19. Another three-pointer, quick trigger from Turner off the mark. Backside rebound and putback is good from Curtis. Ottawa just a little bit higher in terms of physicality than Labette County right now.
Yeah, you can tell that they're just, they just even got a little bit more just motivation to get down the floor, look for the open man, and score right now. So Labette County has to, somebody's got to ignite a fire to get them going.
Eaton, Phillips, long two-pointer right side, misses. Here comes Austin Curtis. Now Hepner. Head fake, drive, Turner inside the arc, misses, and a foul on Labette County. It'll be, or going the other way. Nope, it's on Labette County. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Mason. I didn't see who they got on the foul. Xavier?
Yeah, I think so, but we'll see here. Yep, it is Xavier.
His first, team 7th. Minute 22, clock is stopped. At the line shooting 1-and-1 is Mason. Mason has a 2-point bucket. His first free throw of the night and of the trip to the line is no good, and a foul on Ottawa going the other way. So now 1 second has come off the clock, and it's stopped again. And Hudson Baker is going to come to this end of the floor on our right side from where we're sitting, and he'll shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah, as now both teams are in the bonus, so it's going to be interesting to see how long this minute 20 drags out.
Hudson's 3 for 3 from the line, make that 4 for 4 as he gets Labette County within 1. One more to come for Hudson. Joe Page checks in for Kagan Bates. Those were good minutes from Kagan, though. Plays hard, not much ground is lost as the ref's going to make Kagan come back in. And now he gets to go back out. Maybe they didn't sub properly.
I guess not. I don't know.
Maybe you have to high five. I'm not sure.
Do a handshake.
That's right. Baker banks in the second. Gives a little head shake, kind of like that was luck, but hey, it went in, big fella.
Yeah.
We're knotted up at 21 apiece with a minute 15 to go in the first half. Baker, 5 of his 11 from the line. Argerbright egging on Boyle to get a little bit closer to Hepner as he is a shooter. Here's a steal from Griffin Eaton up ahead. Here comes Labette County, right back to Joe Page. Throws it short corner, Boyle. Pass tip, stolen away. Here comes Ottawa. Boy, are they handsy. Here's a bounce pass across the paint to Turner. Layup is good and one. Or was it after the bucket? That's 3 on Hudson. Yep, plus the basket. That's 3 on Hudson. It's Caden Turner. Man, Caden Turner and Austin Curtis have come off the bench, but man, they're good ball players.
Yeah, they've definitely facilitated tonight for this Ottawa offense.
Turner misses the and one, but an offensive rebound snatched over the edge of Boyle's shoulder by Mason. Shot put up, no good. Rebound, Labette County. Labette County down 2, 33 seconds to go in the half. As many fouls have been called and inconsistent the flow has been, it's still been a good one. Obviously, just a 2-point difference amongst these two squads. A 2-1-2 from Ottawa now.
As the way that Eaton's dribbling the ball up by the middle of the court, they're going to go for one shot here.
Smart. Here's Eaton now, and they go. Baker, high post, right elbow, 6 seconds, drives, leans, misses, foul called, he'll shoot 2. You can rely on that, about 90% of possessions. 5.6 is frozen on the clock, though, so Ottawa will have just about the perfect amount of time to get a set shot on the other end. Baker's first is good. He's 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. This Labette County team coming off a 39-point loss to Pittsburgh. Good rebound if they could pull it out. As Baker misses the second, Phillips with the offensive board. He'll lean for the lead, and he'll score for the lead. What an offensive rebound and put back from Xavier Phillips as a full court heave nearly fell. Goodness gracious. Carter Hepner making my heart skip a beat, but Labette County with the help of the perfect Baker missed free throw in the hands of Xavier Phillips, hanging with it and scoring, giving Labette County a 1-point lead at the break, 24-23. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout and come back with our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show on KLKC Parsons.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. The couple share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Welcome back to our Eye Care Associates time show. Labette County leads Ottawa, the Cyclones, 24-23, as an interesting sequence took place there at the end of the quarter, as Labette County trailed by 2. Hudson Baker was fouled and was at the line shooting 2, it was 2. He got the first to go. There's 5.6 seconds on the clock, as I'm thinking maybe Ottawa, whether he makes it or not, might get a good look off. He misses the second free throw perfectly. Xavier Phillips is able to leave the ground, use his length, and get it, square up, and get a tough shot off the glass to go to give Labette County a 1-point lead at the halftime break. Scoring totals for you for Labette County. Hudson Baker has 12 points. 12 of the 24, half of your team's points. Not too bad from the big fella. He is 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 6 for 7 as he missed that last one. Griffin Eaton has 5, Xavier Phillips has 4, and Joe Page has 3. For the Cyclones, Carter Hepner has 7. Caleb Hepner and Caden Turner have 5. Austin Curtis has 4. And it's Carter Mason with 2. So, I mean, Isabel, that first quarter felt like kind of a drag. Moments of the second quarter felt like it as well. But it was a 30-minute half, so not bad. It still got over, as much officiating as it felt like kind of made it feel sluggish, made it feel long. It still went by quick, a 30-minute half. Good close game, 24-23. What have you seen so far from both these teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great on both sides of the ball. I mean, the Cyclones have come out and really impressed me as just far as, they've been quick to pass around the outside of the arc, and then they'll do a kind of a dribble drive and either go look to score or they'll pass to a low block or back outside to a wing position or something, and it's been really fun to kind of watch them just work the ball around. They've definitely done their homework on the Grizzlies, and they're definitely set to put themselves in a good position to win this ball game. On the other side, I would say the Grizzlies have done a fair job as well. I mean, like you said, Baker's got half the team's points right now. They've definitely put him in a position to score. I mean, anytime you're a big man playing down low, it's always a physical game. So he's definitely had to battle through some of that. And with already having 3 fouls, I mean, that's going to be huge going into the second half. So we'll see how Argabright elects to play him going into this next half. But I'd say they'd still done a good job. Shots necessarily haven't fallen their way. If they kind of struggled, I think that was part of the reason they were so sluggish kind of in that first quarter, just to kind of get going. But they've seemed to pick that up. They've seemed to, be working the ball more, being more patient to look for better shots. So hopefully we'll continue to see more of that in the second half.
At the end of the first quarter, the score was 9-12. Ottawa got Lebec County by 3. But in that second quarter, Lebec County got Ottawa by 4, scoring 15 points, holding Ottawa to 11. So Lebec County definitely so far, it's looking pretty healthy in terms of the box score. But that third and fourth quarter, you can't have one of those where you score 6 or you score 8, because Ottawa can shoot the ball really well. And, man, do they take a lot of time off the clock on their possessions. But they're not just one-dimensional. There have been a couple times when they've forced Grizzly turnovers or even just simply a missed shot, and they'll get it out and rip and run a little bit and play fast. So the Cyclones can play at multiple tempos, and so can Lebec County, but it seems like they have a preference. Lebec County likes to try to speed you up. They also can run some half-court sets. So 2 similar teams, very similar teams. It feels like Lebec County longer, obviously a little bit bigger size advantage with Hudson and also Xavier, Matthew, and Joe. Certainly that aspect giving us an advantage with our length as well, but play styles similar. The game plans seem kind of similar. Ottawa's in a zone. Lebec County hasn't really needed to do that. Ottawa's made more 3-pointers than they have worked it inside like Lebec County's tried to do. But, hey, just close out beyond the 3-point line, wash the cutters and the flashers, and then on the offensive end, try to figure out how to punch some holes in this zone like they have. 24 points and a half isn't bad. I mean, Lebec County's on pace to kind of be right where they want to be, hold your opponent to around 40 and just score more than that. So Lebec County's on their way to scoring more than 40, but so is Ottawa. So it'll be a close one coming down the stretch, if I had to guess. But, Isabel, what do you think are a couple keys that can Lebec County can limit? Turnovers have hurt them a little bit. That's always something that you could look at and say, oh, yeah, you got to clean this up. But it hasn't been bad. Ottawa's been a little bit sloppy on a couple possessions. But how can this become a game where Lebec County's up 7? I feel like Lebec County's a handful of points better than this Ottawa team. So how can we get to that point where we're up 8 and they're kind of fighting from behind?
Yeah, I think it's definitely, they're going to have to play clean. They're going to have to play smart because, as they've seen, the refs are going to call pretty much everything. So, again, while that's hard, they're going to also have to kind of be aware of the court, be aware of what's going on, keep their man in front of them, and move their feet. Then I think the other thing is just patience. I feel like they rushed too many shots, and I feel like if they had swung it around one more pass or if they had not dribbled as much and just kind of worked on passing, watching cutters and different things, I think they would definitely have been in position to score more. And they're kind of, like you said, we talked about in this previous games, they like to play mechanical, which isn't always a bad thing.
It can be.
But it can be if you're not, if you're not making shots, and 2, if you're not working in the instinct of just playing basketball.
Yeah.
All these guys have really good talent. They know how to play the game of basketball. But even I keep thinking of Joe Page's took a kind of a double take on one of his corner threes and just hit straight the front of the rim when normally he sinks those shots. And not saying you make them every time.
He should have shot the first.
But he should have shot the first one, and I think it would have had a much better chance and or gone in. And so I think these guys just need to play loose. I mean, it's hard coming into a tournament you won last year, and it's like, wow, how do we, repeat this? How do we honor the guys that went before us and made this possible? And so there is some of that mentality of like, oh man, we're the team to beat. We have that target on our backs. And so they just need to play loose, have fun, play the basketball they know and love, and I think that they're going to see themselves score more and have more opportunities to give themselves that lead further down the stretch.
Yeah, this team in stretches becomes a victim of the think monster.
Yeah.
They quit thinking, or they quit reacting and they start thinking. And I say that quite a bit, but I see that in moments with this team when they struggle. I'm like, what is the issue? We have so much talent. I feel like we can score 60 a game. Our defense is great. But what's the problem?
Yeah.
And I feel like they quit playing basketball and start thinking, what's the set play? Was I supposed to shoot that, or should I make this extra pass? Play the game. And I know Argerbright loves to preach. He does a good job of having both those set plays but also play freely. So I know that it's obviously not something Coach Argerbright's done, but I feel like the psychological part of it, we need to quit thinking and just do sometimes, and we'll like the results of it. 45 seconds until the beginning of the third quarter. This has been your Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show on KLKC 106.7 Parsons or KLKC Sports YouTube. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the second half here on KLKC. Second half play is about to be underway from Burlington. It'll be Ottawa basketball to start things off. Caden Turner will pitch it in to the point guard, Caleb Hepner. As they get the scoreboard set, I guess that would be important. And here we go. First possession of the second half, Levette by 1. Xavier Phillips with a big putback with just a couple seconds left on the clock after a Baker missed free throw. Here's an entry pass tipped away by Boyle but tracked down by the Cyclones. Starting five is on the floor for Labette County. Three-pointer straight away is missed, put up by Turner. Van Staden still on the bench with that ankle. I believe he is. He might be on the floor. Did Trey score?
Yes, Trey scored the layup there as he kind of had a spin move, shook his man off, and had a nice kiss off the glass. As Van Staden's actually sitting down on the end of the Cyclone bench. He's got an ice bag on that ankle, so he is out probably for the rest of this game.
As a three-pointer in the corner ties this up at 26. It's McCullough on the score. And here comes Labette County looking to respond. Trey Vinson with his first bucket of the game on the last Grizzly possession. Here's Baker at the free throw line. Phillips now. Boyle looking for a cutter. Finds Phillips underneath. Maybe could have pump faked and made an easy layup, but he pitches it. Baker's going to be fouled on his way up off the cut pass from Vinson, and Baker will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, that was just kind of I think Xavier could have gone up, but I think he had already decided he was passing to Xavier just too late. But still, nice look there into Baker to get him to draw the foul.
Baker's first is no good. One more to come for Hudson, knotted up at 26. Should he knock it down, it'll give LC back that lead. He hits it. 27-26, Labette County with a slim 1-point margin over the Cyclones of Ottawa. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. First round of the 2023 Burlington Invitational. Entry pass, it goes, and that's a good call. I saw it. That's a push on Griff Eaton as Caleb Hepner had it, was trying to back down the point guard. Two similar players, both in size and style. First team foul on Labette and the first on Griff Eaton. They'll throw it into Mason, working it around the horn. Now they're going to dump it inside to Mason. Bounce pass. Here's a cutter. McCullough underneath. Plus the foul. Aiden McCullough has 5 points, looking to make it 6 in the third quarter.
That was just an aggressive move there by McCullough as he had 2 Grizzlies on him and just took it right to the rim. It's a nice layup in there for the and one.
Joe Page checks in for Matthew Boyle. The and one free throw is good. 29-27 Ottawa. 90 seconds into the third quarter, still 6.5 left in it. Page has it in the corner for Levette County. He'll find the point guard, Griff Eaton, has to track it down near the half-court line. He throws it high over the head of Hepner to the big fella, Baker. Now a skip pass. Page lets it rip and hits from deep right wing. That's what happens when you don't think and just do. That was a quick release from the senior.
Yeah, I almost thought that the Ottawa defendant was going to get there in time to tip it, but Page just with lightning speed there.
Underneath, they're going to go to Mason, and a foul on Baker. Was I wrong? Is he now at 3?
Now he's at 4.
That's what I thought. As coach didn't really pull him from the game, did he?
No, he started.
He kept playing him. Yeah, that's 4 on Hudson Baker. Did he pull Hudson in the second quarter?
I don't know.
He picked up 3 like early in the second quarter, if not halfway through.
I don't know if he did.
He must not have, because I know coach would have pulled him, but
yeah,
Will might know. I know Will's kind of helping us out with some info, texting in. 5:45 to go. It's Ottawa ball, and here's a layup. Good. Mason, Levette County missing that length that's sitting on the bench right now with 4 fouls to his name, Hudson Baker. 31-30. Ottawa on top. Pass flies out of bounds, hit a couple players, but it hits a man in red last. It stays with Levette County. Phillips will have to throw it in from kind of an awkward spot in the far corner. Left side, Levette switched ends. They're working the floor right to left. Ottawa the other way. Eaton has it in the corner. Here comes Trey Vinson back to Eaton. Boyle flashes, doesn't get it. Phillips in the corner, jab steps, no one bites on it. Near travel, Cyclone fans wanted it. And underneath, Boyle will get a deuce to give Levette County back that 1-point lead. As thanks, Will, I didn't think coach pulled him. He kept playing Baker with those 3 fouls. Levette County's at 6 points in the third quarter. Ottawa at 8, making for a tight one, a 1-point Grizzly lead. As Vincent's trying to take a charge, no whistle, no block, no nothing. Here comes Levette County off the missed layup. Eaton swerving, picks up his dribble, pivoting around, and then just throws it away. Multiple hands go straight to their heads over there on the Grizzly bench.
Because that was just a turnover that you shouldn't have. There is miscommunication. Eaton not sure what's going on, and Phillips was trying to cut and just didn't think Eaton was going to try to throw it to him. So, yeah, just miscommunication there by the Grizzlies.
Here's Hepner. Ottawa, again, they can play fast, they can play slow. It seems like they'd rather play slow and methodical, but if you turn it over, watch out. Here's a nice cut. Oh, and he lost the handle off of Hepner, as Hepner had good position to maybe make a tight curl around Eaton and try to get a reverse layup to go potentially. But he just lost the handle, so Levette County with the ball and a 1-point lead, 4:20, third quarter.
Yeah, and you definitely like to extend that lead, have a better possession this time than turning it over like last.
Vincent in the corner with the ball. Phillips cuts, hits him way too late, but he gets it back somehow and misses the bunny. It'll be Ottawa basketball off the missed shot from Phillips. Griff Eaton's pass hit the rim and went back to Phillips, who missed the layup. Here's a steal. Joe Page the other way. Levette with a little bit of momentum, and then a travel on Griff. I thought he just caught it and passed, but he must have shuffled before he passed, or jumped and maybe came back down to the floor because he jumped to try to pass it. Didn't get it off early enough. Kagan Bates will check in for Griffin Eaton.
Yeah, it's again just an unfortunate turnover for this Grizzly offense as they're desperately trying to get something to go in.
Here comes Caleb Hepner. Throws it to the corner. Owen Blaine back in the game for Ottawa. Oh my goodness. As we have a foul on Joe Page. as he just kind of tried to reach around, like kind of had his hand softly on the lower back of his defender, tried to reach around to deflect the entry pass, and they'll call it. That's 4 on Labette County this half. Ottawa with just 1. That's the first on Joe Page. 3:40 left in the third. 1-point Grizzly advantage. 32-31 we sit. Ball is in the hands of Hepner, cradling back and forth with both hands. He gets it moving around the horn, right corner. Stepping out of bounds is Blaine. We have a timeout, Ottawa. Yes, it is. A 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with them. Labette County by a point. We'll be back in 30 on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
As during that break, Coach Brad Smith of Independence walked by and had a brief little chat as I told him good win, and he said thanks, and then he said, you know, we've been in back-to-back overtime games. They won today in that overtime game, but he said we've had a lead in every fourth quarter in every one of our games this year. So that's just kind of an interesting stat from those Bulldogs and Independence. But we're focusing on the Grizzlies right now. Here's Joe Page, fresh out of the timeout, misses a right-hand hook and then tries to steal it away, which is something you cannot do in this game or a foul will ensue moments later. I can nearly guarantee you that. That's a quick 2 personal on Joe. The 5th is a team on the bet, and here come the Cyclones. Still feels like it's been a 1-point margin all the second half. Whether it be Ottawa with the lead or Labette County, it just so happens to be the Grizzlies with that 1-point edge right now. Hepner will rotate to his brother Caleb. 3 seconds in the lane. Joe Page lets out a shout. And so does Coach Argerbright, who was screaming for a 3-second violation nearly that whole possession. And he looks at the far judge who called it and gives him a thumbs up. So Coach Argerbright he got what he wanted, and that was a 3-second call. .250 to go in the third. Phillips uncontested, picks up his dribble, but chooses to keep passing the ball around the black 3-point stripe. Vincent settling. 2-1-2 for Labette County, but they're defending the post anytime it goes in the corner. The guy in the middle drops down to the block if it goes to the corner. Now Labette County maneuvering their pawns here. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Here's a good cut to Bates. Holds it high and scores. That's a good finish in traffic from Kagan Bates underneath to give Labette County what feels like a 6-point lead, but it's just 3.
Yeah, and that was much better at switching. And Xavier Phillips steals the ball and lays it up on the other end for 2. So now 36-31 Labette. As I was saying, Labette County did a much better job working the ball on that last possession, being patient and waiting for the right moment. So good job by Labette. They're gaining some momentum here.
Big steal from Phillips to give Labette County a 5-point advantage. A missed 3-pointer from McCullough. Rebound Labette County. They have a chance to force a timeout here from Ottawa, but Trey Vincent travels. Oh man, that's just kind of one of those where you're feeling good with that 5-point lead. There's 1:48 left in the third. You have momentum, but you just kind of grit your teeth just a little bit because you were certainly feeling a successful possession on that trip. Cyclones back with the rock. Hepner will drive, cradle, shoot, and score. Man, that's a pretty finish from Caleb Hepner. That was a big 3 steps. He picked up his dribble near the left elbow, took 3 big strides, and finished uncontested.
Yeah, he made quick work of the Labette County defense there as he put that up no problem.
That cuts the Cyclone lead to 3. Here's a near steal. Bates is going to win the fight. Hook pass in the hands of Vincent, but not before being tipped. Leans, shoots, no foul called. Rebound Ottawa, and here comes McCullough. He'll give it up to the point guard, Carter Hepner.
Yeah, some Labette County fans wanted a foul on that one as the score is 5 team fouls Labette, 1 team foul for Ottawa in this second half.
Hepner spinning, passing to the corner for the tie, a three-pointer, too short, backside rebound. McCullough goes right back up, plus the foul.
There's not much you can do on that one, as McCullough made contact.
Second on Phillips, sixth team foul. 42 seconds to go in the third. Bates takes a seat, replaced by Griffin Eaton. That's McCullough's second and one of the third quarter. He was scoreless in the first half and has 8 points in this quarter. Make it 9, gets the free throw to go. Knotted up at 36, buckle down. It's a late one here in Burlington, but we're all for it. This is a good ball game. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Griffin Eaton on the right side. He'll dribble to the half-court line. All the way to it, heels nearly on it to slow it down. Still dribbling, waiting on one shot. 12 seconds now. We'll see when Argerbright tells them to go. 9 seconds, and they go. 8 seconds, now 7. Vincent gets it. Set play for Phillips. He had to catch it low, shoots a three, banks it in and out, and then an offensive foul is called on the screen by the near official. It was a set play for Phillips to shoot a three on the left wing, but a foul called on the screener, Griffin Eaton. His second and the 7th team foul. So Ottawa with 2 seconds, they get it in. They have to get it up and they don't, not in time. So at the end of 3, it's Labette County 36, Ottawa 36. It's a tight one, not necessarily much rhythm, not necessarily sloppy though. It's kind of a little bit of everything. Hopefully this fourth quarter can be a little bit more smoother in terms of just pure basketball play. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the fourth and final stand from Burlington on KLKC.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Griffin Eaton will dribble it across the half-court line for Labette County to kick things off in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 36 with 8 minutes to go in the whole game. Here's Griffin Eaton with it, has it stolen away by Hepner, and then a double dribble is called on Hepner. Turnover Ottawa.
Labette County's going to get another chance here to redeem themselves. And hopefully this will result in 2 points.
Vincent and Eaton throwing it back and forth at the top of the key. 2-1-2 zone still from Ottawa. Here's a cut to Eaton. Underneath, he's got it deep underneath the basket. Xavier Phillips catches it, shoots an awkward shot off the glass, didn't quite hit anything other than the glass. And here comes Ottawa with the ball.
That was, again, just kind of an impatient shot there. Grizzlies not running much of an offensive play there.
Here's Mason underneath, gets both men to bite and lays it in with ease. It was Xavier Phillips and Joe Page on his back. He pump fake, got them both to bite, and scores. Mason is at 6. 2-point Ottawa advantage. They are turned up on defense. Labette County doesn't know quite what to do with the ball pressure. Here's a near steal. It might be one, but Vincent picks it back up. Labette County with numbers on the backside. Eaton for 3, right wing, misses right side. And the long rebound tracked down in the corner to Turner. And here comes the Cyclones with a 2-point lead this time. We'll see what they can do. Neither squad's been able to stretch their leads. Here's a drive with the left hand. Floater with the left hand is off the mark from Turner. And Eaton trips over the basketball. Lost it and just kind of stepped on it and tripped over it. Here's a pass saved by Ottawa, and slowing it down is Caleb Hepner.
Which was smart by Hepner because he could have easily tried to go back up for it and then turned over for.
As the ref says white ball, it got real quiet in here as Ottawa stepped out of bounds, and in comes Hudson Baker playing with 4 personal fouls. Didn't play a lot of that third quarter as he picked up his 4th early in it, but we're going to need Hudson. He has 13 points on the night, just 1 in that third quarter. 6 minutes to go in the game. Labette County down by 2, but with the ball, and here comes Trey Vinson looking to change that scoreboard. Phillips far side. Boyle flashes, but he's not there. Eaton retreats a little bit. Ottawa still in that zone that's giving Labette County some fits. Pick and roll. Baker not there. Phillips tries to force feed it, and it won't pay off, but it might. Foul on Ottawa.
First in a long time, but we'll take it. As it looks like the Grizzlies will set up for an inbounds underneath their basket on the left block.
As that is just the second team foul, as you said. Not very many of them on Ottawa here in this half. You have to imagine the foul count has to slowly even out again. Here's Bates, dumps it inside to Baker, gets both guys to bite, almost got the and one, but he'll settle for 2 free throws. But I got to tell you, Kagan Bates is probably the best post passer on this team.
Yeah, he's definitely done, the times he's been in and had opportunities to do that, he's done a good job leading Baker right to the spot and giving him opportunities to score.
Baker's first free throw is too short. It's been a while since he's been on the floor moving and shooting, as he shot a lot of free throws in that first half. He went 6 for 7 from the free throw line, so maybe knock this one down after getting some of that coldness off of him. And he can't quite do it, misses in and out. Lead stays at 2 for Ottawa. Argerbright watches on, sitting down with a tilted head. Ball thrown inside. Baker flirting with the fifth and just goes straight up, and it's going to cost him, but what more can you do, really, as Mason scores over Baker.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart of Baker. That's all he can do. You don't want to lose your big man this late in the game, so that's all Baker can do.
He might have to start taking those risks, though, if the Ottawa lead gets more than 6 or whatnot, as you don't want to play too conservative and cost yourself the game necessarily. As we have a foul on Ottawa, as they went right back to Baker underneath on that left block. So the foul count 7-4. That's the second foul on Curtis. Phillips will throw it into Bates, left open, gets his man to bite, gives it up to Baker, who leans, and one this time for Hudson. He stuck with it. Kagan Bates knows what to do in those situations. He could have easily shot a runner of his own, but he gave it to the man that's much taller than him, and it paid off. As Labette County's within 2 now, Baker at the line shooting 1. And he misses this one as well. Throws both hands up in confusion after 3 straight free throw misses, but he's going to have to buckle down and play some defense. Labette County down 2 with 5 minutes and running in the game. Ball's in the corner. Now they go underneath. Phillips trying to strip it, and a travel is called on Curtis. They've definitely laid off on the Labette County fouls.
Yeah. Which now Ottawa fans are kind of getting a little riled up as more fouls start racking up against them.
Kagan with it in the corner. Great passer is the freshman. Here's Baker, right back to Eaton. Labette County looking to tie or take the lead. A forced pass from Eaton to Baker is intercepted right into the heart of a double team.
Yeah, that was good defense there by the Cyclones to have the front and back of Baker guarded.
Here comes Ottawa. Hepner rotates it. McCullough, long possession for Ottawa. We're used to those. especially with 4 minutes to go. They may try to burn a little bit more time without being too conservative as they're going to attack now. They go right to Baker. How? What? As that's Baker's 5th foul, and he's done for the night. But the referee says that he was putting his knee, he was kind of extending one of his legs and like kind of putting it into the tailbone rear end area of Mason as he was just kind of sliding with him to play defense. But I just don't see how that's a basketball foul. That's a basketball play that happens all the time.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, like when you're a defender.
Yeah, I don't see that. As I'm watching the live stream on my computer here, that's a little bit behind. That's not a foul. As Mason makes the first free throw. Looking for the second. That would give
he's
Labette
just moving
County.
his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think that was a foul.
Second is good as well. Mason makes them both. He's quietly been a really nice contributor for the Cyclones tonight. He has 10. Lead is 4 for Ottawa with 3:50 to go. This is a game it feels like Labette County should be winning, a team that I feel like they should beat, but Ottawa, there's not much time left. Phillips for 3 in the corner, misses it. Bates flying in for the board but can't corral it. Here comes Ottawa. Bates upset that he couldn't get a grip on it. It's been one of those where you haven't really gotten nervous because you feel like you have the matchup, but Ottawa is just stingy as all get out, and there's only 3:15 left in this game, Isabel.
Yeah, you don't want them to extend this lead anymore by any means, and I think the 5 fouls by Baker really just kind of sucks the air out of you because you can't really do anything about that, but thankfully Ottawa just lost the possession on an out-of-bounds tip, so the Grizzlies bring the ball back down the floor.
Here they come off of an Ottawa turnover. Those have been rare, and Bates nearly throws it away. It was tipped out by Hepner, who's really harassing those passing lanes, and this zone has really given Labette County problems. Here's Phillips with it right side. Labette County playing without Baker. Here's Bates, pulls it down. Back to Phillips, three-pointer right wing off the mark, rebounded by Hepner. Bates defending Caleb Hepner, the ball handler. Turner with it, and a carry on Caden Turner as the refs have been a little bit more proactive in calling those little things.
Yeah, and
some of them have been good, some of them have not.
It's been interesting, to see how they have called different things like that tonight.
2:37 to go, Labette down 4 with the ball. Joe Page in the corner. We're going to need a magical Joe Page 3. Here's Griff Eaton, driving baseline, cut off, and a foul on Ottawa. So it'll be inbounding under the baseline. That's just 16 fouls on Ottawa. That is the 3rd on Mason. Griffin Eaton with it in the corner. Set play. Eaton left side, loses it, but gets it back. No foul or jump ball called. Play will continue. Eaton throws it away again. Argerbright drops to his knees and slaps the floor with both hands. Well, that's going to have to play defense. Down 4 with 2:10 to go.
Yeah, as Labette County, like I said, you have to be proactive here. No fouling, create a turnover, or just defend really well. That's all you can do here.
3 seconds in the lane on Ottawa. They can't get out of their own way as Ottawa is this close to going up 6, maybe 8, but they're giving Labette County every chance they could hope for. A 60-second Coach McCullough timeout for Ottawa. We'll go ahead and keep it here and thank Labette Health for powering tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball. Invite you to stay tuned for our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. And other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Commercial Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Labette Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, The Corner Store, USD 506, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedics. Labette County down 4, a minute 58 to go in the game. With the ball, Isabel, where are you going with Hudson on the bench?
I mean, that's definitely tough if you can't pull from the height of Baker, but I mean, it's something where you're going to have to rely on outside shots, because with the zone that Ottawa's kind of thrown at you, it's not been very easy to get to the inside block, much less now that you don't have Hudson. You take away that height, and it's kind of the same matchup. So I say they need to be patient, like kind of what we've talked about all game, and look for that outside wing shot, or open, if there's an open cut dribble drive, go for that. But they're going to have to put up some shots from around the arc if they're going to put themselves back in this game.
Here we go, Labette County with it. Clock starts ticking away. Vincent looks to drive, kicks it out to Joe Page. No shot from him in the corner. Griff Eaton with it. Kicks it out to Page. That's a tough shot. He airballs it deep. That's a tough look. As, man, there was a red jersey pasted upon his white one. Here's a little full court pickup. Ottawa calling for timeout, and Coach McCullough gets it in. It's a 30-second timeout. As we'll just keep it here, Labette County down 4, a minute 33, now playing defense. As, man, Isabel, I have to admit I wasn't too concerned about this one. I felt like Labette County would hit that run, but credit to Ottawa. They forced Labette County to not be able to score, to take tough shot selections. Yeah, it's not like Ottawa's just been on a scoring fest, as they're right around that region where Labette County wants to hold their opponents to. But Labette scored just 22 against Pitt and might not hit 40 tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I mean, Labette County's got to get something going here. As you're right, Ottawa hasn't shot us out of the gym or anything by no means, but they're definitely doing the fundamentals correctly, and that's why they're on top right now.
We'd like to thank all 111 of you watching on our YouTube Live, as this sure is a good finish. Ottawa turns it over again as they just hurl it. It was Hepner hurling it over the head of the Grizzly press and just chucked it out of bounds. So Labette County with yet another opportunity to get this to a one-possession game. Here's Kagan Bates with it. Inside Phillips, tipped out of bounds by McCullough, and it'll stay with Labette County. But Kagan Bates has played some big minutes, as we haven't seen Barrett Heston as he tore his meniscus. Hopefully it's just one of those 3-week recoveries. A torn meniscus isn't terrible, but we certainly wish the best for Barrett. Here comes Kagan Bates driving baseline. Here's a pass nearly stolen away, and a foul. Goodness. I mean, I say that because I'm happy, but I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see the foul.
It's been interesting because it has definitely gone both ways, and we saw it in the previous game. I mean, it's just crazy, the stuff they're calling.
As that'll send Phillips to the line for a 1-and-1. Phillips hasn't particularly shot well tonight. His first free throw is good, though. A big free throw from Xavier. Here comes one more. 39-42. Xavier's second, no good. Lead stays at 3 for Ottawa. Coach Argerbright wasn't even watching that free throw. He was turned around leaning against his chair facing the bleachers. 60 seconds to go. Don't foul yet if you're Labette. Try to get him sped up, force a turnover, get a steal. Don't foul yet as Kagan Bates is going to steal it. Here comes Kagan the other way. He'll throw away, and it's stolen. And then a foul on Bates as he was on the deck. As, man, you can't get too frustrated as he's giving you a chance.
Yeah.
As he just got a little bit ahead of himself on the quick pass that got stolen. He was looking for Vincent. Good hands from Caleb Hepner in that passing lane. But Bates gave us a chance. And boy, is that freshman provided in many ways this year. Hepner's first is a miss, but an offensive rebound and then an immediate foul on Labette County. It was just a 1-and-1 as that was the 9th team foul on Labette County. He missed the front end to give us yet another chance. Offensive rebound and then a foul on Joe Page, his third, and now 2 shots coming for McCullough as that is the 10th team foul on Labette County. The first is no good. One more for Aiden. The second, no good. High rebound in the hands of Griff Eaton. Here we go, 47 seconds, Labette down 3 with the ball. Phillips flips it left side and Bates loses the handle. Ottawa steals it away. Bates trying to get one back again. Here come the Cyclones, throw it away. Oh no, they get it back. As Phillips tipped it in the passing lane, but it fell right back down in the hands of the Cyclones. Labette County's going to have to foul, and Bates does. That's the 4th on Kagan. Doesn't feel like he's picked up 4. And 2 free throws coming for Carter Hepner. Hepner's first, good. Turnovers have just hurt Labette County, especially late. The second from Hepner is good. 2 big free throws there from Carter Hepner. He's got 9 points on the evening. Here comes Labette. They need to score, and they need to score quick. They nearly throw it away again. Vincent hurls it to Phillips in the corner for 3. Miss. Vincent fighting, and a foul on Ottawa. That's an over the back on Carter Hepner. So Trey Vincent's going to go to the line. It'd be big if he can hit both of these.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this is one of those situations where you just got to step up, knock the free throws down, and see what you can do with 15 seconds left.
It's a 1-and-1 for Trey, but we need both. First, good. A quick routine, a confident routine from Trey results in a perfectly made first free throw, as we need this one if we want, I'm going to go ahead and just say, a chance.
Yep.
The second, too short. Rebound Cyclones. Labette down 4 with 13 seconds to go, and shooting free throws is Carter Hepner. Man, this hurts. This doesn't feel like, I mean, Ottawa is good, disciplined, good defensively. They know what they want offensively. They get what they want offensively, even if you're not giving them particularly what they want. They can pivot, audible. They don't seem to hitch. They recover from everything.
Yeah.
But this feels like a team Labette County outmatched, and Baker fouled out of the game. First free throw is good from Hepner.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough loss for this Grizzlies squad. As you know, they were more than ready to come in and win tonight.
Second, good as well. He's going to finish with 11. Here comes Labette County. Vincent drives to the rack, shoots a layup, and scores. Nice looking layup from Trey Vincent, but we needed a 3 to get it to 1 possession. And Labette County tried to foul, but no call, and that'll do it. Labette County falls 46-42 in a late night affair in Burlington. That's a heartbreaker. That does not feel like a game you should have lost. Never could get going, and right before you know it, there's 2 minutes left and you're down 4, and a loss is just 2 minutes away, and sure enough, it was. So Labette County, I guess if you want to try to be positive, won't play Independence. We will play Rock Creek on Friday, a time to be announced, and Independence will play these Ottawa Cyclones. 46-42 is your score. We'll step aside for a quick 60-second timeout and come back with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Welcome into our Bowen Pharmacy post I know it's late. Thanks for making the trip up here. Fall 46-42 to Ottawa. Doesn't feel like one that we should have lost. Slipped out of our hands late. Just run us through your point of view.
Too many turnovers. We didn't want to box out on defense, so just didn't do the little things tonight. I hope this group figures it out soon. But it's a late night. I hope everyone that makes it here tonight goes home soon. But hopefully on Friday, if you tune in, I hope we give you a better show. Go Grizzlies.
Thanks for giving us a word, Coach. As it is, it's 10-19. I admire that, because it would be so easy to just say, I'm not coming up here. I'm not going to say anything. But you have to admire Coach Argerbright, as certainly that is not one Labette County feels like. Everyone in that locker room, at least, feels like they should have lost, and it really isn't. So hopefully Labette County can get it together, as Coach Argerbright said, and be ready to rock on Friday as they take on Rock Creek, as they fell to Independence earlier. So for Lucas Hayward on the YouTube live stream and Isabel Redford, we thank you for tuning in for tonight's broadcast of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Both programs fall, but they'll be right back at it, trying to get that victory on Friday. Just stay tuned to your social media feeds and online websites. I'm sure you guys know how to find it for tip-off times on Friday, as they are not posted yet. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you on Friday sometime in the afternoon, evening, whenever it may be. We will be here for you. Have a good night, and as